If I pick up the hose, turn it on, and move it into my graphic simulation, you'll see the tree being watered on the surface. It looks like the tree is getting a good supply of water, but in actuality, it's only penetrating the top 1/3 of the root structure. Several factors are at play here. First, the mulch layer, if present, will absorb about 35% of the water before it even gets to the root. Secondly, much of the water is spreading out rather than moving downward toward the base of the root. The degree of spreading action is dependent upon the density of the soil. Nevertheless, even under the best of circumstances, watering by this method rarely permits hydration of the base roots unless the ground has been recently saturated by a large amount of rainfall. Why? Because as soon as watering is stopped, the process of evaporation begins. It doesn't take long on a hot day to see the water literally going up in steam long before the base of the roots reached. Once the water is turned on, the rate of flow can be adjusted with the valve on the top of the unit. The nozzle is then placed on the surface of the soil at anywhere from 20 to 45-degree angle, where in a very short period of time, the surface is loosened to a degree that the deep drink is ready. With slight pressure, the shaft moves into the ground at an astonishing rapid rate. The soil carried by the water is displaced to the surface as the nozzle moves downward. Once the desired depth is reached, reduce the water flow by 2/3. The water then flows directly to the feeder roots, the same roots, incidentally, that are never reached by surface watering. With the deep drink, you know the proper amount of water has saturated the tree or shrub when foam, followed shortly by water, appears at the surface. The process has been completed, and the user has peace of mind knowing that all the water the tree needed is in the bank. Your customer now can wave goodbye to watering his or her favorite trees and shrubs for another 10 to 15 days.